Welcome to Full Discourse Podcast. My name is Josh Elkin.
And I'm Hannah Lou.
Whoa, careful.
Yeah. Stepping on toes.
It's all good. Before we jump into the podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a review. Make sure it's good so that you don't bruise our egos because we're very fragile.
He's fragile.
Yeah, I am.
Write some mean comments to me. I love it.
Let's just jump into things, shall we?
Let's talk about Michelin star restaurants.
Let's talk about food, baby. Let's talk about you and me. We like going out to eat.
Love it.
I just want to preface this real quick. I am not a food snob. I've been
You're a foodie.
This is gonna make me sound like a snob. Okay. I fucking hate the term foodie.
An influencer?
No, I like the term influencer.
I don't like it.
I don't influence anything. That's not true. I actually think I influence a lot of things, but I digress. Like I made a spaghetti hot dog 2 weeks ago and it influenced everybody.
Insane.
Yeah, people hated it. It
You
was great.
also influence people to drink orange wine, which I think is wild. He loves orange wine, and the only way to get him to drink anywhere is if I order a bottle of orange wine.
I gotta say, I have to relax on wine. It's really increasing my blood pressure. Like I was drinking wine this past weekend, and at night I could feel my heart like pumping. It was like sludge. I was sweating at night. I gotta relax. So I started drinking gin and soda. Way better. That's the alcoholism in me. Anyways, the term foodie. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's so funny when I catch the long A's and the Canadian in me. Like
Yeah.
I can't.
I
I don't like the term foodie because I feel like it is a term overused by boomers. Like everyone and their mother think that because they like food,
They're a
they are a
foodie.
foodie. And maybe it's true.
But it
But-
means they possibly don't have good taste buds.
Hmm.
You know, like their profile can totally be off. They just like to go out to eat.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sure. I think as society, in this day and age, we can come up with a better term for having an elevated taste bud brain, if you
Okay.
will. I'm not sure what that term is. Maybe we'll arrive there at some point.
Food excited?
Food eccentric?
Food
centric.
centric. Together. Yes. That's it.
We
Food
got
centric.
Food centric. I'm a food centric.
Yep.
Isn't that better?
I don't know. It's
Mm.
kind of weird still. Anyways, we're going to talk about Michelin star restaurants.
Before we talk about Michelin star restaurants, because I don't want to sound
Is
pretentious.
it too bougie? Yeah.
It sounds being pretentious. Michelin. People don't even understand. People don't even know that Michelin star restaurants, what it even means. They don't
Okay.
even like, if you break down what a Michelin star restaurant is, it's like a tire restaurant.
It is. Yeah. No, it's the two owners of Michelin,
The tire company.
the tire company, traveled the world, created a guide of their favorite restaurants.
Yeah, to
That's
stop
it.
at.
Yeah.
So
And
that people that were doing road trips
yeah.
can have a place to eat.
Yeah. So
But people don't know
essentially,
that.
it's just delicious food. But
Yeah.
now it's a thing where it's like the bathroom has to be immaculate. The service has to be so great. The quality of everything has to be exceptional. You
Yeah.
have to present it in a wild manner.
Not even exceptional. Perfect.
Yeah.
Like beyond perfect. Like not a speck of dirt anywhere, which obviously you don't want
That's good.
a speck of dirt.
Unless you're at a Chinese restaurant. I'm
I
okay
mean,
with
it's
the
not
B
even
rating.
that,
C
like,
rating's cool too.
A Greasy Spoon restaurant is some of the best food. What I was saying at the beginning of this is like, I'm not a food snob. Some of my favorite food is fast food. I've always said that.
It's obvious though, because
Why?
you're making recipes with Doritos.
So
Come on,
are Doritos not delicious?
they're good.
Okay. Get out. But my point is, deliciousness it doesn't have boundaries.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And because I love, Greasy Spoon restaurants, I love fast food restaurants, doesn't mean I also don't love fine
All the
dining
time. Yeah.
or Michelin star restaurants.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm not going to go to a Michelin star restaurant every single day. That would be stupid. It'd be cool.
But would
Not gonna
it?
lie,
Yeah.
it'd be
I
cool.
don't know. I kind of like that.
You can't even go to a Michelin star restaurant every day. Like, how many Michelin star restaurants are there in LA?
Yeah, but you can just frequent them every other week.
That would be boring.
I feel like if you were a regular at a Michelin star restaurant, they would come up with different dishes just for you because they know you're coming in again and again. And they're like, dang it,
there are incredible restaurants out there that might not have a Michelin star.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many Michelin inspectors that go around, and they themselves have their own preference.
Yeah.
Which is so wild.
I don't even know how you become a Michelin inspector. Do you even know the protocol?
I know some,
What
but they won't tell me they are.
That'd be cheating.
Yeah, that's true. But I do know some people on their Resi accounts, it says suspected Michelin inspector. And I'm like, I knew it.
Who decide? Who like? How, they don't write that. Someone writes that.
Somebody who knows them writes it. And then, yeah, there's feelings.
So the reason we're talking about this is because there's a video out there that we're in like Spain, Basque country of Spain. San Sebastian.
Yeah.
In Spain. There's a Michelin star restaurant called...
It's called Mugaritz.
Mugaritz.
Yeah.
And someone put out a video talking high smack.
Yeah. I think the first course was in a
with your finger,
bamboo.
and the way she described it was lip gloss.
Yes.
Here's the deal. I watched that entire video.
Nothing wrong.
I thought it looked great.
Yeah. Even the belly button.
I watched the whole thing and I was like, looks pretty cool. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
Some places are like that, though. You're supposed to eat with your hands. I went to Pizzeria Sei for their omakase, and they only have 16 seats. It's bi-weekly, and it's pizza. You're supposed to eat with your hands.
Yeah.
And the first course is always a little small bite. Like the first one that I had was like a little cone, little mochi cone, and you eat it with your hand. And there's places in Miami. There's one that one of the courses is they pour chocolate on your hand and you rub it into your hand, and you can either choose to lick the chocolate off your hand. This is mid-course, by the way. It's not the dessert. Or they rinse it off tableside. And it actually makes your skin very soft.
Hold on a second. That sounds awesome.
It sounds great.
Like rubbing chocolate on your hand.
It's like aphrodisiac. It's very like, it's giving all the senses. It's textural.
Probably some sort of exfoliant too.
Yeah.
Just eating with all your senses.
How dare she?
Let's just talk about Pizzeria Sei, omakase. Pizza omakase sounds incredible. For those of you who don't know what omakase is, it means... I don't even know what it means.
I don't speak Japanese. To me, I think it's the chef chooses what you're getting.
Okay. I'm going to actually look up the definition.
We don't get the tasting menu before.
Oh, you're right.
And he gets to choose what he wants. Like I've seen what they put as what the coursing would be, and he has changed half of the items just based on the temperature of the day.
The actual definition in Japanese means a meal consisting of dishes selected by the chef. So you were 100% right. So you do speak Japanese, just an FYI. But the cool thing about, I've been to a bunch of omakase restaurants, always Japanese restaurants, and obviously selected by the chef, but it's really cool to go to a pizza version of that. And I don't know if the viewers out there or listeners out there know this, but over the last few years, some of the best pizza in the world comes from Japan.
So good.
Yeah. So that actually tracks.
It's so delicious.
Really
what
great.
They do is they'll use different ratios of water, moisture content, and also cooking times, temperature times. Like they do the whole thing. He has this one dish called Haley, named after his daughter.
Oh, that's my niece's name.
Yeah. You're related. You're Japanese.
Look at us.
It's so crazy. I knew it.
Here we are.
I love that. So his daughter, Haley. So I had Haley 1.0 because she's 1 year old, but it started off as Haley 0. Like,
so every year there's going to be a new version of Haley. That's kind of cool.
And it's delicious. Cool. There's like butter, what is it? Squash blossom? Yeah.
Oh, squash blossom.
Squash blossom.
Very different things. You said you're in food.
Butter,
you don't know shit.
Blossom.
What was the takeaway of the
delicious?
Of the
always.
Service?
Oh, service is great.
No, like what was the takeaway of like the omakase? Like what was the number one thing you ate? Is that even a fair question?
Man. No, it's not, because it's all different. The fennel sausage, I believe it's lamb sausage pizza, so spicy, so good. And then he does a tom yum slice. And the previous week he put a full prawn on it, so you eat the whole thing. But this one he made a shrimp pepperoni. So during the whole meal, you're watching them cook a shrimp kind of sausage shape on a bichotan the whole time until you finally get it. Because I guess it takes a while.
What's a bichotan?
Bichotan is a Japanese like charcoal grill,
Hmm.
and that just because of the coal, it gets higher temperatures than an actual grill would, like
Okay.
with wood.
Cool.
So just really good, delicious.
Sounds awesome.
And then my favorite is this is gonna sound annoying, is the Yukon potato with like the glob of caviar on top.
Okay,
Just
okay.
because it's so juicy. It's not because of the caviar is great, but it's just so buttery.
Yeah.
Caviar just creates this buttery juiciness that's just so sensual to eat. And okay. Oh my gosh, I love caviar on hot dogs. You should make that next, please. You
I'll
have
do
to
it.
try it. It's
I'll do
so
it.
good. Yeah, everything's great. He was supposed to do a chocolate pizza as the dessert, but because it was 90 degrees out and their AC wasn't working, they changed it to a bingsu. So on the bottom was like a peach jam, and then you have your shaved ice on top with blood orange syrup, and it was so good. So
All of
freaking
this
good.
sounds incredible.
Ugh.
I don't know how we got to
So
start
delicious.
talking about this, but
Mugaritz.
Mugaritz.
Mugaritas? I don't know.
This person ripped apart this Michelin star restaurant, which is interesting.
Which looked like a fun experience.
It didn't look bad at all. But
Yeah.
listen, everyone,
Has
food
different-
is subjective.
Yeah.
Right. So everyone has a different experience. They like different things. Maybe one person's experience at a restaurant is different than the others. Thus, the person who gives it a Michelin star might have a different viewpoint of all these things.
That's like the girl on TikTok that had her, her bachelorette at that one restaurant. Array at the Satai.
In Miami or whatever.
Yeah. Or is it Jera? Or
I mean that
a J? Oh yeah.
I mean, no, that actually sounded like a
Jaya.
terrible experience.
Yeah. Jaya at the Satai. That was wild because when you get dress coded, people immediately tell you. Like it's their job to tell you we can't let you in because of
I haven't been dress coded since I was like 20.
I don't think it's okay.
No, it's a Miami
weird.
thing. They do
It's
that in Miami.
I've never been. But you love Miami. You went to Miami. How was that?
I love Miami.
You went last
I
year,
had a
so-
good time
Yeah.
in Miami, but like I didn't really do like the Miami things that like typical people do in Miami.
Clubs.
Yeah,
Clubs.
it wasn't really.
Yeah.
I chilled on the beach. That was fun. You know, I went to parties that like I was invited to, so I didn't
see.
really have to
So
like
you get
care.
to choose what you wear.
Yeah, I didn't really have to. I don't wear like fancy shit. I wear t-shirts and running
Jordans.
shoes. Yeah, like I don't mess with that.
Your birthday was at Providence.
We went to this restaurant in Los Angeles, 3 Michelin star restaurant.
Well, 2 Michelin star and 1 is a green star,
Which
like an
means what?
additional.
Oh, so the green star
is
means
because they have the farm on their rooftop.
it's like a sustainable,
with a beehive.
a
Yeah,
sustainability star.
Mhm.
Right.
so good,
Very good restaurant.
so fun.
Long dinner.
Long
It was
dinner.
like a 4-hour dinner, which
Josh
is
loved the server.
they were great.
She was great.
Yeah, she was. Very
He's so
attractive.
funny. He's so funny.
They were-
He was like, "Is she giving us this service?" And I looked down, and she's giving everyone the same service. And I was like, "No, she's just doing her job."
Listen, sometimes whatever. We were inebriated.
Yeah, we were for
We were
sure.
definitely inebriated.
We tried. There's like tableside cocktails,
which was a very fun experience.
delicious.
Yeah.
but they're $60.
I don't know. The coolest part about going to that spot, and every Michelin star kind of has like their own unique thing. But the coolest part about going to that spot was that they had a beehive on the roof. Like, how cool is that?
So nice,
Right?
Yeah, and they're also making stuff with it, bringing it out every time. Going, this is from our beehive.
Yeah. A lot of different honey things. It was like some honeycomb situations.
The little cracker,
yeah.
dehydrated. It's so good.
Yeah. It was just that's what's cool about Michelin star restaurants, in my opinion, at least.
And the cool thing about that one is different from Miami. There was a guy wearing a t-shirt at a different table, white t-shirt. Definitely, it probably does something in the music business. And there's like no dress code at these places.
Yeah, I wore-
we don't have dress codes.
I wore a crew neck
love it.
sweatshirt and Jordans, and no one batted an eye.
Yeah. You're like,
Again,
sick.
back to the whole like South Beach thing. Like that's just a South Beach. Like it's like a norm there. Like get off your high horse. Who
Yeah.
gives a shit? People wear sweatsuits that are worth $1,000. Like, what are we talking about here? What kind of image are you trying to uphold? Like, who cares?
Bizarre.
And the thing is, like, people are going to spend money at your establishment.
Yeah.
It's not going to. Whatever they wear doesn't depend on whether or not they can spend money.
This
And
is true.
the image of your place isn't going to deteriorate based on whether or not they have a class of clothing on. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So to your point in that video, Teeny,
Teeny.
so she rose to fame because she was on Gordon Ramsay's show.
Mm-hmm.
So she talked shit about this restaurant. Gordon Ramsay like went in the comments. Then the restaurant started backtracking, but being South Beach, they didn't even give her anything. They're
Yeah,
like,
no.
yeah, come back. We'll give you half off your bill. It's like,
No.
yo, like that's such a South Beach thing.
So annoying.
You know, here in LA, they would give her so much for that.
Arm and leg.
Arm
They
and leg.
like come back.
Yeah.
Oh, and they'll even write notes. They'll exaggerate on what they will send you in the notes. Yeah. But don't go around complaining about your experience if you want free stuff, because then people will also take note of that.
The only time I complain on things is airlines, and it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, you're just on a tiny shuttle.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
And you just sound like an idiot.
Yeah. But also, there are.
Can't believe Delta did this to me. Like, yo, listen, you know how many people can't believe it?
Yeah.
Everybody. It's 2024. Air travel still sucks. You know what's crazy about the perception of Michelin star restaurants, which is really like, it's not even just Michelin star, like fine dining in general. And people might not even like understand this, but fine dining to an older person is like white tablecloth, small dainty bites, maybe not leaving full. In my experience, it's the complete opposite of that. Not white tablecloth and leaving stuff
so full that it's disgusting.
It's disgusting. I mean, like, I'm not trying to like flex or anything. I've been to a decent amount of Michelin star restaurants, and I would say 90% of them are not white tablecloth.
No.
And 100% of them
you leave disgustingly full.
Disgusting.
Have you been to Baru?
Yes.
Okay. That one has a smaller tasting menu. Did you also leave full, or did you do like a bang bang?
It was a smaller menu.
Yeah.
But we left full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? And then they also, like Orson Winston, what they do is they'll show a tasting menu, but they do add-ons. Like they'll do sets. So you'll get maybe 3 additional complimentary dishes. And you're supposed to leave completely full.
Yeah.
It's crazy when people are like, you shouldn't leave full. Like when I went out and the guy next to me was like, I need, when you go to Japan and you get like the lady rice, which means they give you sushi and smaller pieces of rice for women. So he was asking for lady slices. And I was like, come on now, just take it home.
Not only that, but
or
like,
just don't eat the crust.
What kind of social norm is that? Get out of here with your gender norms.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Which is my favorite thing. We went to Mansky.
Yeah.
And they were pouring, the first bite was, I can't remember. It was like a crudo, and on the side was a little mezcalita shot. And everyone's getting a pour, and I get this half pour. And I was like, hey, could I get the same pour as everybody else? And they're like, oh, yeah, for sure. And then they pour more. And I was like, thank you.
That was a good time, though.
It was so fun. Yeah. That was great. That was Adam's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun.
That was a good time.
The big butter mound that just sits there and stares at you.
Imagine.
Oh.
Imagine like quite literally a mountain of butter.
Yeah.
Where they just scoop it off and put it onto some fresh bread.
It's delicious.
Sadly, that restaurant is no longer with us.
But they might reopen. Who knows?
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
So good.
Yeah. By the way, have you ever been to Otium?
I have.
You know it's closing.
Long time ago. Yeah.
I like that restaurant. Yeah.
Otium, I mean, he is also the guy that does Chain.
Yeah.
Which is basically redoing, elevating your normal
fast food
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a Crunchwrap
Supreme Wagyu.
Yeah. So to me, he's a bit of like an idea stealer. So I have chefs of restaurants say like, oh, he came, had our dish, really liked this, put it on his menu. So let's just say like we had a sort of bread. So he would just make that bread, put it on his menu, but call it something else.
Yeah, his bread was very similar to Domo's bread.
Yeah. Thank you for reading that.
But very delicious bread
so
nonetheless.
I'm sure.
Anyways,
copycat.
My point is there's a lot of restaurants that kind of like are closing these days.
Yeah.
But not for any reason that's like they just run their course.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that one, I think Mansky's is for real estate. They're
Okay, cool.
Just like the whole thing price was going too high.
Mm.
But also he's opening places in the Philippines and stuff. So good for him.
Right.
He's reaching around the world.
So back to San Sebastian. What was the restaurant called again?
It sounds nasty, but we
Marguz?
love it.
No.
Mugaritz.
Mugaritz. You know what was interesting about that video is that she didn't talk about the price.
Oh, there's a second
Producer
part?
Diane is saying that there's a second part. There's a follow-up.
We
Well,
didn't
Producer
see it.
Diane, where is that follow-up?
I think some places it's a full sensory because there's a restaurant where you get your tasting menu, and I think it's in Hong Kong, and each course is named by feelings.
Ooh.
So it just depends where you're going, and you need to have more. Is that stock? $280. That's pretty good for what she got.
Yeah.
Quality, texture.
Also, I think she got more than what she showed. I don't know, that butthole thing
Like
that she
maybe-
ate, that she sucked
The
out of.
belly
I couldn't
button.
eat that. It
You
was
call it a
almond.
butthole?
Well, she said belly button, but it looked like a butthole.
Whose butthole is doing that?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Your
Ew.
butthole.
No. I
I,
don't want to watch this part 2 thing.
same.
Should we open it and look at it?
Yeah, check it out.
And then we can go over it.
I've been to Noma, which was fucking wild.
I want to try Noma.
It was wild. That was very expensive, but worth it.
I have people who say they've tried it and they're like, it's too, well, obviously most of it's pickled
No.
and stuff. Well, it depends what season.
Yeah. All right, so we just watched the second half of that video, and okay, if she's telling the truth,
But it's also, she's not having everything. So the lamb probably would have been good, but then they had an homage dish that's supposed to be
half the
lamb
shit that she's
skin.
saying is like, but like they wanted to serve us this, but we can't eat that. But they wanted to serve us this, but we don't eat that. So it's
Yeah.
like,
So
I want
what
to
are they-
believe her, but I don't.
What are they gonna serve you if you can't have half of the menu?
Not only that, but like that's what social media is these days. It's like just
Yeah.
people making shit up to go viral.
Yeah. It's like they don't have an awesome substitute. I hate that.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's lying, but she could be.
Or they don't put it on their reservation, and this makes me angry. They don't put on their reservation what they can't have. So in the amount of time that you've made your reservation, they could have come up with a whole new menu, a cool concept that you can actually have, maybe. And just that day you walk in, you're like, actually, I can't have lamb.
Okay,
Like that's also
I have a story.
Yeah.
I have a
What?
story. I went for dinner with a group of people
Yeah.
not long ago. Okay.
Mhm.
And one of those people was training for a marathon.
Okay.
Okay. And she was eating, and it was like an Asian restaurant. Like the menu was beautiful, whatever. And she wanted to eat like just a regular steak,
No sauce.
nothing on it, just like salt and pepper,
She just wanted medium.
medium rare.
Okay.
And they brought her a steak with chives on it, and she sent it back.
Interesting.
It's like
They were
it's-
doing it for plating wise.
it's chives.
Why'd she send it back? Shouldn't she just, you can flick that off. You can
Exactly.
blow it off.
They
actually.
didn't even send it back. They gave it to us
Interesting.
on the house. But like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
It's chives. Relax.
Yeah. It's a vegetable.
It's a vegetable.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything. That bothered me.
That was
If
weird.
you were really that concerned, we had the reservations days before.
Don't go out to eat. If you, no.
So stuff like
Don't go
that,
out
I
to
agree
eat.
with you. And as someone in service,
Oh, I hate
like it's
people.
annoying, right?
I love people, but I hate them. There's so many. The other job I work at is Anna Jack Thai. I take photos of people's reservation notes when they are absolutely wild. So imagine Thai food. You have your noodles, your drunken noodles, and you have crab on the menu. You've got fish. There's fish sauce and everything. And if you can't have one thing, then there's meat. So this is somebody's allergy that I took a photo of and said they can't eat anything. Should I call them? And it says they're allergic to all dairy, eggs, fish, milk, shellfish, and they're vegan. What are you gonna have?
You have to serve them leaves.
No leaves. Leaves have fish sauce on them too. Like just raw,
So what?
just cabbage.
What did you do?
I don't know what they ate. I
You
let
need-
them show up
you
and
need to follow-
find out that they
You need to follow up with that and be like, so what did you end up
Should I
having?
text them?
Water?
Yeah.
It's like ice cubes.
We said water
We gave
and
you-
wine.
we
That's
gave
all
you
they're
ice
getting.
cubes, salt and pepper. That's wild shit.
It's so weird.
That is some wild shit. What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten?
The craziest thing I've ever eaten. I don't know. I can't, because I don't think things are weird.
Hmm.
Like the other day, somebody brought bugs to work and I was trying that out.
I feel like bugs are kind of mainstream
Bugs
these
are
days.
cool.
Yeah.
Like there's some places, there's a Michelin star that serves you sheep balls.
Okay.
Would you eat sheep balls?
Yeah, I would eat
I'd
it.
try it.
Yeah.
What do you think it would taste like? Salty?
I feel like I've had testicles in some capacity before.
Really? I feel like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you have some recently? Just kidding.
No, I had chicken hearts the other day, and I think chicken hearts taste a little bit like testicles. They have that
Okay.
same like rubberiness, if you will.
That's the cartilage.
Yeah.
Chicken hearts at Tsubaki. Their yakitori menu,
nice.
cartilage, and then heart, and so good.
I want to go back to that restaurant we went to.
Which one?
Their new one downtown.
Oh, Camellia is
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
The craziest thing I've ever eaten is for sure reindeer.
That's not even. I went to Finland and had reindeer. The reindeer outnumber people.
Okay, what about reindeer brains?
Yeah, that's weird. Where'd you get that from?
Noma.
Oh.
It was served in a reindeer skull. Yeah, I have pictures of it. Wild shit. Yeah, it was crazy. I've had bear.
Bear. I heard that's very gamey.
The way they prepared it was good, but yeah, it is pretty gamey.
Like jerky?
It was.
I feel like the only way to.
I think it was like a mousse.
Okay. Yeah. Pate is gamey, so that makes sense when they make it like a mousse.
In general, yeah, it is pretty gamey.
Yeah, I went to Finland. They have so many reindeer there.
Yeah.
And most of the thing is like reindeer sausage, reindeer.
It's very Scandinavian.
Yeah.
You know?
Reindeer Benedict. That was the best.
Sounds
amazing. It was so good.
Like drown me in hollandaise, honestly.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Don't actually.
For your birthday.
She's trying to take my job.
I'm trying to kill him. Other places, let's see, reindeer.
Anything else crazy? Snake, all that reptile shit.
Snake.
It's whatever.
There's rattlesnake hot dogs at Wurstkust.
Yeah, that's like again mainstream.
Yeah,
mainstream shit.
Snake soup.
Yeah.
Have you ever had monkey brain?
No.
Okay.
These are things I don't want.
Well,
monkey's too close to human.
You heard, yeah. Well, octopus is so smart. Octopi.
I mean, intelligence. Humans are stupid. So
yeah,
that does.
1000%.
I don't correlate the two.
But octopus, they have brains that run into their tentacles, and there's a sushi spot in Santa Monica with live tanks.
Okay.
They get it, chop it up, and serve it to you. And on the plate, the legs are still wiggling.
Oh, I've seen that.
And my friend was eating it yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, the suctions are sucking they suck the inside of your cheek.
They stick to your
And I was like, you know that the suction cups have taste buds, so they're tasting you while you're tasting it.
That is fucking weird. That is like, so strange. Oh my god.
And then we basically were like, "You're 69ing an octopus. You 69'd an octopus yesterday, and that's
TMI.
Yep. Made a cucumber out of deli cups?
So this cucumber salad thing, I was talking to producer Diane about it, and I mentioned that it is this year's feta pasta.
Okay.
Do you know what the feta pasta is? And she looked at me dumbfounded, like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Well, I know it's pasta.
Well, no, it's not. Well, the feta pasta is not like, I'm not talking about like the cucumber salad is the feta pasta. I'm using it as a euphemism. It's like the new viral food trend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everyone was making feta. And then before that, it was sourdough bread.
Yeah, exactly. So for those of you that don't know what this cucumber salad is, it's basically like a deli cup with a mandolin on top of it, and then a cucumber sliced on top, and then it's filled with whatever ingredients you want.
Oh, he's doing good. Yeah. He does like a salmon
He's forever going to be the cucumber guy,
he's so proud of it. It's on his bio. It says the cucumber community. Love that.
So it's awesome.
I'm part of it. I tried to make one.
I made one.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I made an everything bagel lox and cream cheese one.
That one.
Yeah.
That one's great.
Yeah.
I think that's so good. But my favorite part is that everyone's like, "Where did you get these beautiful delis from? Where did you get?" And it's like, do you not order food to go? Your soup is the soup container.
I order a pack of 75 deli cups once a quarter
to give to Jeff.
I mean,
to food to go.
I have my fridges. My fridges are filled with like all sorts sauces and cheeses and
yeah.
I mean, last time I had dinner here, you left with like all sorts. You have half my deli cups.
They're so good. Yeah, not the deli cups are good, but we made.
There was spaghetti, delicious meatballs. No, rigatoni, meatballs. Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
Food freaky kiki.
Yeah,
made it. That's so good.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think it's really cool. It's really clever way to make like a very easy salad. Originally he made, what was it called? banchan. Eventually, that evolved into a plethora of different cucumber salads. If you had to like think of a random cucumber flavor profile salad right now on the spot, what would you do?
Oh, you could do like a cucumber apple Waldorf.
Whoa.
Random, right? But it's refreshing.
Random. So what's
So
a
refreshing.
Waldorf for everyone that doesn't know?
I don't know. I think it's like just a refreshing. Isn't there?
Waldorf is like mayonnaise, almonds,
Yeah,
right?
just like light because
Tomatoes,
yeah, there's
Parmesan,
apple,
apple. That's what it is.
and then there's also is there radicchio or fennel in it? There's
You're
something
radicchio.
funky in it. Yeah,
I think it's the.
but just add the cucumber.
yeah,
give it that
that's actually
texture.
not bad. That's pretty good.
What about you? Random, go. Oreo stuffed cucumber with Doritos hexclad in my air fryer.
You're such an ass. Cucumber, right? I would say, okay, cucumber. Let's add a little bit of avocado in there. Put some Caesar salad dressing, bacon, and
Don't call it
Pringles.
Oh, which one? Sour cream.
Pizza.
Oh, random.
No, you're right. Sour
Sour
cream and
cream.
onion.
Don't be
That'd be
weird.
sick.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. That actually sounds pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
It does, but like Pringles, why would you? Are you
For
breaking
the
up
crunch.
the piece?
Yeah.
Like
the
you're
cr-
doing
for
it
the
as a
crunch.
breadcrumb?
Yeah.
That's wild. How do you think of your all your recipes that are just like 3 different recipes stacked
Well,
onto
you
another?
know, the thing is, and
He says we go out to dinner. His favorite thing is like, I've got a bunch of ideas. And I'm like, who are you talking to? He's like, I got a whole list of ideas.
it's like a Venn diagram of ridiculous shit. So it's like, okay, here's the concept, right? It's XYZ item. And then I throw it through like
So I'm
this
at a hot dog wiener.
this culture, right? And then you take that culture and you're like, all right, I'm gonna put it with this item right over here. And there's like just a Venn diagram. And then there's only like 12 things that I rotate. It's either like buffalo chicken or chicken bacon ranch or jalapeno popper or cheesesteak or breakfast.
You have like a
and
little
it just keeps going around in a
sign.
circle. And that's usually what happens.
Those are
And
the only sauces you can make.
it's not even sauces, it's just like things.
Okay.
And before you know it, by the time I'm done, running through the directory, there's
Like
another item.
4,000. Yeah.
There's another item.
It's crazy.
So it's just never ending.
Who told you to stick spaghetti into a hot dog?
I saw a similar concept, and then
Where do they stick into the hot dog?
they stuck spaghetti into
Oh,
the hot dog.
okay.
But then I turned it into something a little bit more than that, and banged that shit out.
Wild.
Thing got like 65 million views in a week.
Yeah, because everyone's watching you put hair on a hot dog.
No, everyone wanted
It's
to
like
see.
Mr. Potato Head of hot dog.
Look,
You're like, these are my little add-ons.
look. As far as I'm concerned, if you don't like spaghetti and hot dogs, you don't like Filipino people.
That's true. That's actually 1,000% true.
Yeah.
The sweet spaghetti.
Mhm.
I had a friend in high school, and the first time I saw them making sweet spaghetti, I freaked out. I was like, "That's a lot of salt. Why are you adding a cup of salt in there?"
it's
And
sugar.
and that even freaked me out more.
It's delicious.
And then I ate it, and it was
Yeah,
great. Banana ketchup, so good,
amazing.
so good.
I have some downstairs.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jollibee, you like?
I love Jollibee. Remember we went to Jollibee? It was your first time there. He didn't know
Wow.
what to think.
Oh,
What?
Benny Blanca.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
honestly.
Fuck Selena Gomez too. Just kidding.
Why? What did
God.
she do?
She's marrying Benny Blanco.
When did they go out?
They're engaged.
When do they have time to date? I see that guy at the casino all the time. He goes to Hustler's Casino all the time to gamble. When does he have time to have a... See, these are people who love to be alone, but just want to have a relationship maybe sometimes,
I guess
occasionally,
so, yeah.
like 11% of the time. And then they're like, all right, let's get married.
Um,
When did they fall in love? When did they... Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
Where have you been?
Not there. I'm in restaurants.
It's the concussion.
It's definitely concussion. And the casino. But I see him there. I was like,
By the way, just an FYI, you know how many more spaghetti hot dog versions I have in my head?
oh
A
my
lot.
God.
Okay,
You
a
did
lot.
pesto already.
I did the pesto one.
What else can we think of?
I
Let me
have
see if I can
have a
guess them
I
all.
have a chili cheese fry hot dog that we're gonna do maybe
You're gonna
tomorrow
put
even.
French fries in it?
No, you see, you can't even
Like
fathom.
potato? Well,
you
you're
can't even.
gonna stuff it with
Someti-
gnocchi?
Sometimes I tell Jeff ideas and he's like, wait, like yesterday. Okay, listen, yesterday he came over, I'm talking about my assistant Jeff, right?
We love Jeff.
He helps me film. He's like, "What are we making?"
He's so strong
He's
and
like,
tall.
What are we making tomorrow? I'm like, carne asada. He's like, okay. He comes over. He's like, so how are we gonna make this? And I tell him, he's like, okay, how? Had no idea that's what we're gonna do. Essentially, carne asada is a steak taco.
Yeah.
How did I do it? I wrapped it around oranges.
Ew.
Ew. How good was it?
Oh, it's like when you did the thing where you wrapped the meat around the
She gets me.
pineapple.
Exactly. Except
So
basically,
you skinned the.
I peeled oranges.
Yeah.
I skewered 3 of them on a skewer.
Yeah.
And then I took a flank steak and I wrapped it around the entire thing.
And you cooked it in what?
And I pan fried it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
it
then you
was
slice up the
amazing.
oranges, or that's
No,
just for
then
flavor?
Then I took scissors and I cut it off the oranges.
Wow.
I chopped it up and I made tacos.
Insane.
And it was amazing.
Huh. You know, you're like that kid at school that really likes science experiments, and you
Yeah.
have your trifold and you're like, this is where we're starting. We're going here. And that is the conclusion. And I'm just
Exactly.
like, I hate you.
That's what I do in my brain.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
So chili cheese fry hot dogs.
Chili cheese. Okay, let's see if I can guess it.
You
You're going to
definitely can.
stuff. This is how gross I think you are. You're going to stuff the fries into the hot dog.
No.
Okay, you're going to cut up the fries and you're going to bread it.
No. Although that's not a bad idea.
I
mean, in theory, a Korean
Curly
corn dog
fries.
is
Curly
kind of
fries.
like a
Are you gonna do one giant curly fry and wrap it around the hot dog?
yes.
That's disgusting. It's like one long
Wow.
pubic hair.
Good for you for knowing that.
Disgusting.
How did you figure that
Because
out?
I thought of how disgusting you are. I was like, what can it look like? But what is it not? And I was like, it's one pubic hair wrapped around the hot dog.
Don't lie. Sounds fire.
It does sound cool.
Yeah.
So are you frying it with the hot dog inside? No.
The French fry takes longer to fry than the hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
If I fried the
But
French
frying
fry,
hot dogs makes the skin gross.
Exactly.
Mhm.
so if I fried the hot dog with the French fry around it, the hot dog would shrivel up before the French fry would cook. So what I have to do is I have to fry the French fry like a cannoli.
But you have to put something inside so it doesn't.
So I have to fry it like a cannoli.
Oh, that's how they do
Do
it.
you know how to fry a cannoli?
I don't cook. I eat.
You fry a cannoli by putting the dough around a aluminum cylinder,
You're right. Yes.
and then I gotta slide it off onto the hot dog.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What a technique. And you're gonna make your special bread with
Well, I'll
the
use-
garlic.
It's like the King's Hawaiian
Delicious.
sponsors.
Thank you, King's Hawaiian bread.
Yep.
Mahalo.
So it's actually it's a family-owned company.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's so nice.
Hawaiians. It's 3rd generation.
I love
Pretty cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're awesome partners. Then I have another one that I still haven't figured out how to do yet.
Let's figure it out. What is it?
Okay, so Chinese sausage wrapped in mung bean
Wrapped in mung bean.
noodles.
Chinese sausage. Oh, those are pretty hard. What do mung bean noodles look like?
It's just like like vermicelli almost.
Oh.
But when you fry them, we did this once. They like puff up like when you fry.
yeah, I make the shrimp crackers.
Yeah, that's how they fry up. So imagine like a Chinese sausage
I love
wrapped in noodles, and then when you fry it up, it like.
Oh.
How cool would that be?
And then that
And
becomes
then
the
just take
breading.
it. No, and
It's a
then
corn dog.
kind of, yeah. And then you take it and you dip it in like some sort of
Hoisin.
like some sort of sweet and spicy like hoisin sauce or something like that.
Okay. How I would do that is I wouldn't use the mung bean rice thing. I would do, because doesn't rice paper do the same thing? You know, when you
She's
do.
right. Rice paper would be the move.
So you cook the Taiwanese hot dog first, then you add your chopped chives, and then you add all the things, and then you wrap it and fry it.
What am I adding inside?
I don't know. I was thinking of like hoisin sauce and like green onions.
Damn, that's a sick idea.
That sounds yummy.
That's actually an incredible idea.
Maybe a little duck breast. Oh my God. Add some oyster in there. Do like a Korean, the seafood
No,
pancake.
I can't add too much liquid into the wrap because if I'm gonna fry it, it's gonna be a mess. So like it has to just be the rice paper
Okay, you
wrapped around the
dip it.
sausage and
So
then
yeah.
you dip it. Yeah.
So wrapped around the sausage, but then you can add like dry vegetables in there. You know what I mean?
Like what though? Like mushrooms?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, do that.
No, whatever,
Interesting.
man. We're trying
Do
to
it,
come
do
up
it.
with an idea
Okay,
here. This is
okay.
how things happen.
Well, okay,
We're
let's
making
see.
things happen.
Let's see. Asian watercress.
Terrible idea.
You've never used watercress.
Exactly. There's a reason.
Okay.
Think dumber.
Bok choy? Oh
No.
no.
Think dumber.
Really stupid,
Yeah.
easy. Yeah, that's all I got. Scallions,
Okay.
green onions. Green onions. What else?
No, we need
What
something
other
stupid.
Asian
We need
things?
dumb. We need dumber. We need like
Like goji berries? Some wild thing? You're like, I want lychee. Sweet, but you hate sweet savory, which is really wild. Does that?
well, not Asian sweet and spicy because that's
Okay.
good. You know.
That's right. We do it right.
Yeah. You do.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm
just
now
hungry.
in my head. I'm so excited to do this. We might even
Yeah.
do this tomorrow. All right. Well, this podcast started with Michelin star reviews, and it ended with wrapping a
Taiwanese
sausage
wieners.
in rice paper and frying it on a stick.
Delicious.
And that's what you can expect from Hannah and I conversations. We start with smart, we end with dumb, and the entire thing is just a really good time.
Yes.
And this has been Full Discourse Podcast with me, Josh.
And me, Hannah.
Remember to leave a comment down below, a review. Make sure it's nice. And if there's any questions that you might have for us, leave them so that we can answer them and talk about them. Bye. Full Discourse is a podcast hosted by me, Josh Elkin, produced by Diane Kang, Melissa D. Mons, and Diamond M Print Productions. Camera operator Jeff Liu. Post-production sound by Coco Lawrence. Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson. And music by me.